So today we'll see how to go about writing a story for the still pictures of PPDT. Still means no action. Now PPDT, you know that it is conducted on the first day of SSB and it is part of screening test, and this is the Waterloo for most of the candidates. So we'll solve this, and in fact you should try to solve as many PPDT pictures as possible. And what you should try to do is that you should try to perceive the picture properly. That is most important. The timings for PPDT are shown. So you get about 5.5 minutes, 5 minutes 30 seconds time to complete the story, and then 1 minute is for narration. Now here in this period between these two parts, that is when the story writing is over, you get 10 to 15 minutes extra when the group is waiting for narration. So now we'll see further. Now how to write a good story. You'll find n number of videos, n number of people talking, psychologists talking, and people are sharing their experience. They are speaking for hours and hours. It's a big sea. But I'll cover the salient points of PPDT technique. First one, see the picture for complete 30 seconds. Because one of my students told me that during last 5 seconds he saw some wickets, cricket wickets, in the far end of the background. That made the whole, actually that changed the whole perception. So you have to see the picture for complete 30 seconds, because most of the candidates, they'll see picture for 10-15 seconds and then they start formulating the story. You get ample time to write the story, because you get about 4 minutes time to write the story, which is actually it's a very good time. In 4 minutes you can write a lot. So don't worry about writing the story. You have to perceive the picture correctly. That is very, very important. You should try to see each and every object in the picture. Pictures are generally blur, so you have to see them with good concentration. And if you are sitting at the back rows, then you have to be even more watchful. Now once the picture is seen, write a good story. And before narration you get about 5 to 10 minutes extra. So during this part, practice your narration and don't tell your story to others, because moment you leak out your story before narration, then the enemies are already prepared with their questions and they'll pounce you. So don't tell your story before narration. This is very, very important. I'll remove these markings. Now while narrating the story, now during this 5 to 10 minutes period, you'll get to know others stories also. So while narrating, don't get confused. You speak what you have written and speak with confidence, because at PPDT narration you are showcasing your personality for the first time to the assessors. And if your narration is good and confident, then you'll get highlighted, because most of the candidates actually they start fumbling. And if you speak in a steady voice with correct modulation, this will leave a different impressions on the minds of assessors. Now once the narration is over, the fish market starts. Everybody will start fighting and shouting, and all kind of things will start happening. But how to tackle this thing? You don't get involved in these things. Look for a window of opportunity and give points about your story. And when others are speaking their story or narrating their story, so listen to their stories very, very carefully, and then speak about their stories also. Wherever you differ with their story parts. So speak out on those parts. So this is how you should participate in group discussion, and ensure that you speak 3 to 4 times and you speak sense. I mean, don't just start shouting or look nervous that you're not getting opportunity to speak, or so you're trying to say something. Don't show that. Find out a window and speak. So read the points. These are the crux points for your PPDT success. Now, for writing PPDT, you get a card. So card will have this, your name, chest number, roll number, batch number. All this actually you fill up before start of the test. Then this space is utilized for writing the characters. Suppose that you observe 2 characters. So M25 and his mood is, say, positive. Positive will be written here, not here. Then you find another character is M45, his mood is negative, so you write like this. And hero you should encircle like this. Then comes to your action. Now action should be at least 10 to 15 words, or at least 1.5 lines. Don't say that visit to shopping complex, or don't give a short title of 2-3 words. It should be at least 1 line. Mohan on leave visited shopping complex and caught a cheater who was trying to cheat a lady. Something like this. So to write this part, your characters and action, you get 1 minute, and then in 4 minutes time you have to write a story. The story is not very long, it is just about a page, or not even a complete page, and 4 minutes are more than adequate. So 30 seconds time to see the picture is very, very vital. Now we'll solve the picture which I shown you in the beginning. So time to see the picture is going to be 30 seconds. So we'll watch the picture for 30 seconds. So my perception of the picture is that it's a very blurred picture, but I can see some similar looking figures. Then again I am seeing something here. Some furniture kind of thing is visible. So what I am perceiving is that children are writing exam. And I can see something like blackboard here. Some blur figures are there. So this could be one of the invigilator or something. So this is my perception. So after perceiving the picture, you will get 1 minute's time to write your characters and the action. So the characters which I have assumed are M22 and M45, and M22 is my hero, and action of my story is Aman clears SSB interview in his 10th attempt with the help of his school teacher. So this is my broad plot, and will now correlate this with the picture again. I'll clear the markings. So I have presumed that there's a candidate called Aman, and this is actually a true story also, that there's a candidate who cleared his SSB after 10th after appearing for 10 times. So you can see, the candidates writing exam, and so I assumed one of the candidates as my hero. He is M22. I can't see his mood, but I am presuming that he is in positive mood. And M45 is here. He is one of the invigilators. So now when there is a crowd, just remember, when there is a crowd, you don't have to write mood and action for too many people. Just restrict to one or two people. And your hero is actually, it reflects your personality. So this is how I perceive the picture. Now when there is a crowd in the picture, like in this current scenario, there are too many characters are visible. So just select one or two of them and weave your story around these characters. You don't have to involve 4 to 5 characters. And don't give name to all the characters. Just name your hero and maybe 1 or 2 characters. That's it. So the story is in very brief, though my story is actually understood from the action only, because my action is 1 line long. It is at least 10 to 15 words. So my action actually has revealed my story, but still I'll show you the story in brief. Aman is a graduate and he was keen to join army. He appeared in SSB for many times, but he could not clear. So certain times he was screened out, certain times he was conference out. So his friends and relatives were very concerned, but they were always encouraging him because they knew that he'll make it. One day he met his school teacher, Mr. Ram. He knew that that Aman is quite passionate about joining army, but he is not able to succeed. So they sat down together and they discussed the whole thing. Now you'll say that this is unrealistic, but see, what happens is that when you are struggling with some issues, so you cannot visualize the problem yourself. So you need a personality who is not involved in these things. So that is why I've taken the teacher, Mr. Ram, as his guide or philosopher. So they sat down together and then they analyzed his all past attempts. So upon that they found that his PPDT story narration and overall confidence was poor. OIR performance was poor because he always took that OIR is not counted. Then his GK was poor, so he was not able to participate in discussions and all. So due to these reasons, he was not able to clear it. So 10 times when he appeared, so he corrected these mistakes and he ensured that his story is not leaked out. He spoke very well at the time of narration, and obviously when his GK and the other things were good, so he could tackle the subsequent days also effectively, and this made Aman to clear his SSB. So this is my story. So hope this will help you. So thank you. Thanks for watching.